Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I am so thrilled you've joined us again tonight because, as normal, we have a great show planned for you tonight. Folks, we have two extraordinary guests on tonight, and I've got two co hosts tonight. So I'm doubly blessed tonight. Let me bring on my first co host. Mr. Sean Christopher is here to hang out with us tonight. Hi, Sean.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm great.
That is so great. I'm so glad you're here, Sean. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we have another special guest. Mr. Jerry Bradley is joining us tonight. He's came back to join us for the special show. Let's bring him on, Mr. Jerry Bradley. Let me find him in the waiting room. So many people. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Sean, you and I need to coordinate our outfits.
Oh my
gosh! Really?
That is funny. I
Oh,
did not
no.
know that was the dress code today, and I should have dressed. I should have worn my gray shirt. Darn it!
You didn't get the memo, did you?
No, I did not. I can't believe you'll communicate it without me. So, welcome to both of you guys. It's going to be a great show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have two great guests tonight. We have an amazing Christian singer songwriter by the name of Natasha Owens. And then we have a young man by the name of Jeff Nauman. He writes and sings more of a rock style. I really like the style. So we're going to have a lot of fun tonight as usual. I'm so glad to all of you that joined us. Make sure you comment, share, and subscribe. Yes, make sure you subscribe. I was seeing Nicole, thanks for pairing our show for us. Thank you so much. It's like you're in intermission. Yes. I love it too. Thank you so much. So let's bring our guest on and let everybody get to know them. Okay. So first of all, I want to bring on a beautiful young lady that has an amazing voice. I purposefully did not listen to all of her songs, Jerry and Sean. The reason I didn't is because I like to be as surprised as everyone else. And I know she's going to touch everyone with these amazing songs. Let's bring her on, Natasha Owens. My tongue's twisted today.
Guys, thank you so much.
Hi, Natasha. How are you? I'm sorry. I definitely got a twisted tongue today. I'm so glad you joined us, honey. Thank you so much. So you are a Christian singer-songwriter, and I've got to see a little bit of each video, and I cannot wait for everyone to hear and see you. Thank you so much for joining us. You are so welcome. So let's introduce our other singer-songwriter tonight. I cannot talk tonight. Somebody may have to take over the talking for me tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, by the way, Mr. Jeffrey Nauman. Let's bring him on. Hi, Jeffrey. Or Jeff.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Jeff.
Hello, how are you?
We're doing very well. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thanks so much for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So we want to get to know both of you a little bit. So Jerry, why don't you go ahead and let's get to know Natasha. You said you wanted to ask her, so go ahead. I'll let you.
Well, sure. I mean, well, to begin with, both of the guests tonight are sitting in prime vacation spots, and I'm envious.
Me too. I'm jealous.
As I'm sitting here in North Carolina trying to figure out if tomorrow's going to be hot or cold. I'm really excited about having Natasha on. If you haven't figured it out, I kind of wrangled Natasha and Carolyn. She wrangled Jeffrey. So
I know it worked out perfect. Thank God. Yes.
Yes. I did look at a lot of now. Carolyn, you've watched a little bit because you had to download her videos. Carolyn likes to wait on watching the videos so that she can be just as surprised as the audience.
To do that.
Me, on the other hand, I have watched all of her videos, listened to a bunch of her songs. She's got 4 albums out now, Natasha?
Christmas album. So total of 5, but 4.
Okay.
Wow.
And some of the stuff I saw that she's also, and too bad Paul's not here, she's also an author. She's got a publication out, a book out.
Well, not exactly a book. Kind of
yeah.
It's a devotional and a story behind the song. Different way.
Yeah, Natasha, what I've read about Natasha says she strives to perform songs of restoration that can help each listener through whatever trial in their life they're facing, to let them know that they're not alone, that there is a God who loves them and will never leave them. Her prayer is that when people listen to her songs, they feel God's perfect peace, love, and comfort through the words. With God's help, you can make it through. Do not fear, for I am with you. Isaiah 41:10. Sounds like somebody after my own heart, don't you think, Carolyn?
I think so. I think she's speaking directly to you. I know she's speaking to me. Those words are speaking to me. I am super excited to hear your videos and see your videos because I know that they're going to touch so many people. And that's what we try to do here on Carolyn's Corner Live in any way we can, mostly through music. We also have authors on here and we like to bring new and exciting things to people to help them share God's love. So I'm glad that you're here with us, Natasha.
And see, Natasha, what we do is we prepare these cheat sheets. And so Paul's not here tonight, but I always get a tickle out of because whenever I get to a certain point, I let Paul see, okay, I'm done with that one. Now we get to move on to the next one. First up, we need to get, where can we find your music so we can get that up on the screen so our listeners and our people that are watching and people that are going to watch later on can see how to get to you.
Well, my platform is
Whoops, you're breaking up just a little bit, Natasha.
She's cutting in and out.
I'm so sorry. I'm not sure how to resolve that. I put her website up on the screen. It is natashamusic.com. Natasha Owensmusic.com. No spaces, folks. Don't forget to spell it properly. Let's try that again. Do you have an external microphone? We're having a little bit of issues hearing you. I'm so sorry.
Nope. I can turn this a different way. I just couldn't see you guys. Can y'all hear me better that way?
Yes, much better.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Horizontal. Yeah, NatashaOwensMusic.com is my website, but you can just Google me or find me on anywhere that you normally download your music. But if you go to that website, it will branch you out to all the different directions to find music, tours, merch, music.
Nice, beautiful. So you are in Las Vegas right now, aren't you?
I am.
And I thought it was for your music, but it is a special night for you, I think, from what Jerry said.
Our 27th anniversary was on Tuesday, and we were in Florida. So we had an event there that we had to do. So we flew directly from Florida past my hometown of Dallas, Texas, and moved on to Las Vegas for a few days.
Texas.
Yeah. Nice. That is great. Well, first of all, how old were you when you got married? Because you don't even look. How could you possibly be married that long?
Oh, I need you in my life.
No, honestly, are you? Maybe my camera is not. No, there's no way you've been married that long. I believe you, but you must have got married very long. You look so beautiful. Honestly, I would have never guessed that. Honestly. You're more than welcome. It's the God's honest truth. So go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead. I had to interrupt. You know me. I'm trying to be quiet.
No, that's all right.
I'm trying to get my tongue to work. All my words are coming out
compliments. Let her speak.
Yes, I know. We love compliments.
Yeah, I've been married for a little bit, but I see, Natasha, you're not only a singer-songwriter, you do music ministry and weekly devotions. I mean, it sounds like you got a pretty full plate. If you would kind of tell us how that came about, how all that came together.
Yeah, well, I'll just start with my testimony. I come from a very musical family, but I struggle with severe anxiety. So I always wanted to be in the background, praise singer, a choir member, but never a soloist, never out in front. And 12 years ago, this coming May, my dad was cleaning his guns, sitting at a table. And the epitome of gun safety, we are in Texas. We own thousands of guns, but we're safe with them. And he just missed a step, and he had a very dangerous gun. And when he pulled the trigger to take the slide off, a bullet hit him in the heart. And life as I knew it was gone. I was the oldest, the only one with grandkids, and for his grandkids. And I tried to keep the family together. I tried to stay strong, and I didn't deal with it. I put it on the back burner. I was always too busy to deal with it. And after the 1-year anniversary, it hit me so hard and so fast that I down spiraled into a very deep depression. And it was because of the things that I spoke. I spoke negativity. I questioned why. And 9 times out of 10, you will not get an answer. Right. And so I caused myself, because of my speech, to throw myself into a depression. So 6 months into my depression, my pastor called and said, we lost our music minister, and I need you to step up and fill that role. And I laughed at him. I said, I'm in depression. I can't get out of bed every day. If I had something to give, I would give it to my family. And so the answer is no. So he kept calling. And he called a day that the devil had already convinced me that the world will be a better place without me. I can honestly say that I wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for God crossing my path when he did. And he just said, I know you're a Southern girl and I know you like to talk, but I just need you to shut your mouth and open up your ears and listen. And he spoke things to me that God spoke directly through him. And he said the right words, and I was saying yes before I realized it. So that was the beginning. I don't think I got further away from him then, but I had to dig out of depression. I had to get through recovery, and had to learn to overcome anxiety and ministry, had to learn to minister. And so that was a training ground for what I'm doing right now. And I didn't even realize it. God has illuminated such a path, and I have such a testimony about how he's been in the details of this. And so we have just walked this path, and looking back on the journey, every chapter of my recovery has been a different album. Just when I think I've learned everything, our first album was called I Made It Through, and it was making it through a trial. But then that wasn't the true message. Rising above was the true message. And that's different. That's when we have to turn back and help other people on the same journey. So we went from rising above to being a warrior for Christ, and actually taking a stand, being our fourth album. So there's a lot of detail in there and a lot I can get in, but that's kind of the quick version. That's the version for dummies, I guess.
It's called the elevator pitch, right?
Yes.
So which is great. It's a great. Check this out. Paul's not here tonight. I so miss picking on Paul.
I know.
So this is the segue. So your song "Warrior," which you just talked about, is a very inspiring song. And I personally love the way it starts out, talking about the fact that you're a warrior, you're weak, you're rattled, and you're far from strong. I'm scared of battle sometimes. Hope is gone. And I, when I first heard that, I went, oh, there's so many people that talk about being a warrior and, in the military and so forth. And, brave is not always the thing we are.
Right.
Brave is what people say we are, but we're not, but we still face it and we still move forward. And I really love that. I don't want to give away the song, but that kind of goes right into what you're talking about, overcoming and fighting back.
We wrote that song because, we go through things, we make it through, and we brace till the next battle. But we have to learn, and we have to understand that, all warriors are scared. All warriors, even though they're courageous, they keep going, right? I wrote that song based on this principle. I've made it through the worst thing in my life. If another storm comes, I know that my God is going to be ahead of me and in front of me. And I can be scared all I want, but I know that he is fighting that battle in front of me. And so that was the whole big thought behind the Warrior song. It's showing vulnerability of knowing that we're scared, and but we can do all things through Christ.
Wow.
Outstanding. And I think that's a great segue, Carolyn.
It sure is. I just wanted to say real quick, I'm so sorry for your loss, hon. I really am. But I love the way God just brought you through it. I think that's amazing. We all suffer with loss, and to see your courage, and you are a warrior. So let's watch this video and see what we got. I'm almost speechless, because just to hear all that you've been through, and look at you today. Oh
yeah. Okay. Just wait until you hear it.
I know I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Yeah,
I'm a big baby. I probably will, but that's okay. Let me get to the right one. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is Natasha Owens. I don't know what is wrong with my brain today with Warrior. Sorry. Here we go.
Battle
Wow. Oh my goodness. Natasha, that is a beautiful song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I just love that. I cannot imagine how many people are helped with that song. You just gave me just a feeling of strength and encouragement and power just by listening to those words. That's beautiful. Thank
I
you
Thank
for
can't.
you.
writing
I
that.
appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Sean, what would you like to say about that song? I like to get to everybody and let them give their opinion. I mean, I already know the opinion, but go ahead, Sean.
Oh, it's a great song. Very great song.
You can
It's
tell
Very
I'm
good message. Good message.
a
yes.
child of the '80s.
Yes, I love
Yes.
that though. I do. I do. Jeffrey, what about you, sir?
Well, I was going to say there's no way that any Christian music radio station isn't going to be playing that over and over again.
I would think so. Yeah,
Number
good
one,
point.
and number two, I think it actually has a more of a current message to it. I've listened to a lot of early, newer stuff like Kings of Leon and Imagine Dragons, and this fits right in with that genre. It kicks butt.
It
Thank
does.
you.
It takes a whole. It
Wow.
takes you by the throat and says, "You're going to listen to me."
Gosh, that's true. I see a message from Nicole Anderson. Thank you, Nicole. She said she was a warrior, but now she's a warrior. So
Amen.
beautiful. So beautiful.
Say
Gosh,
that 3 times fast.
I know I can't talk tonight. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. So Jerry, what do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, no, we're getting
He
a lot
doesn't
of
like it.
we're getting a lot of comments and hellos. I see
We are.
Pam's here, Linda's here, Amanda's here, Sarah's here.
We got some
Hello,
incredible
everybody.
people on here.
Hey,
Yes.
Natasha, one of the things I noticed about your video, it kind of featured women, which was great, by the way. But can you tell us a little bit more about how you came up with the video? What your thoughts were with that?
Well, we've
Warriors.
since changed it. I've got a new video that we're using for our screen whenever we're on stage, and I need to get you that one too because that's an actual warrior in old warrior dress with a sword that's going through fields and running through like it looks like Jerusalem streets is what she's running through. So
Oh my goodness.
we kind of recreated it. We hired a company to do these lyric videos, and I liked it, but I just felt like it needed to be a little stronger. And
Right.
so, but the one thing I do like about that video, I love the part when we get to the bridge and they're tying their shoes and putting on the boxing gloves. I love that because it's battle, it's war. You got to fight.
That's true. You do
So
it.
I wanted it to show strength, but I wanted, of course, because I'm the overcoming female, I wanted to incorporate females into that to show that, we're usually the vulnerable ones. We normally sit back and let the guys fight our battle. But sometimes we go through things in life that we have to roll up our own sleeves and fight for ourselves.
It's true. And I think as women, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself, we tend to take on so much on our own shoulders because we're like, no, I got this. I'll do this. I got it. Don't worry. I got you. And we take care of everyone. And we tend to forget ourselves in the process a lot of times. Majority of us do that.
Exactly right. Especially for control freaks like me. I like letting go of things.
It's
But
hard.
we do women's conferences called the Warrior Event that is across the country. And I'm a firm believer that if you strengthen that mother, that female in the family, then you strengthen the entire family. So that's kind of where my heart is. And I know they work themselves to the bone and put themselves on the back burner, but we want to go day to strengthen them and talk about real issues and real solutions.
Wow, that's beautiful. Gosh, that's just amazing. Thank you, Natasha. What were you going to say, Jerry? Go ahead.
I was going to say that, and I cannot help. I can't let this opportunity to pass to kind of do a shout out to the military spouses. I mean, like for example, myself, during my military career, I was gone 7 years worth of that time. And that's a long time to be out of the picture and having your spouse have to take care of everything.
Yeah.
The children, and a lot of the spouses are military as well. So that just, add more complication of things. But yeah, so you go away for 6 months, a year, you come back, and now they're dealing with a lot of times husbands that's got some issues or wives, as they're coming back from, war situations that, and we've talked about this so many times before, war will affect you, period. And if it doesn't, you probably got an issue.
Yeah.
So that was really good. You You've also we also got another video tonight. I mean, I would love to play all of your videos, but another one called Stand. Can you tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that?
So I am very pro-life. I'm very vocal about that. I get taken down on Facebook quite a bit for being so vocal.
You
I was
do. They take
reading-
you down for saying it.
Oh,
Wow.
you have no idea the battles that Christian artists fight when it comes
Goodness.
to fighting for what you believe in. You know, I'm
Right.
very, very strong female, so I just hit it head on. If they censor me, they censor me.
Right.
But 2 years ago, I was reading a scripture in the Bible, Isaiah 7:9, that said, if you do not stand firm on your foundation, you will not stand at all. And that stirred me up. Right as I was reading that, within the same time frame, Virginia and New York passed the laws through legislation that you can kill a baby up to the time it's born. And I had never heard that type of evil ever in my life. It's just a different layer of it. And so I was so stirred up that we wrote this song called Stand for that reason, and wrote an album that kind of goes along with that. That it's just an anthem for Christians and non-Christians to stand up for what we believe in, or we're going to be stripped. When it comes to the Christian community, they're definitely after us. The government's definitely wanting to take, they've for decades taken God out of everything. And so
That is true.
Christians are very passive, and the church as a whole has not helped this situation one bit, because I was raised, there's a separation between church and state.
Yeah.
Yes, for the reason of state regulating church, but we have to have, as Christians, we have to have our voices in every layer of government and every layer of society. And we've sat back and been too passive, and we've turned the other cheek. There's some foundational things that we need to stand up and be a light in the midst of the darkness, but we need to fight for it.
Instead of just letting everything slide and saying, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. It's time to, if we do not fight for these things that we believe in, they will be taken from us. And so we wrote this song called Stand, hoping that it is an encouragement and an anthem in the midst of a dark world, that we are the light, and like a lighthouse on a hill for people to gravitate towards us. And hopefully this will bring encouragement to your viewers and your listeners.
Oh my gosh. Well, I cannot wait to see it and hear it. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is another beautiful song, I'm sure, by Miss Natasha Owens, called Stand. Here we go.
So much darkness, so little light, but in these shadows a spark can burn so bright. We've heard the call, the time is now. With every heartbeat, we're allowed. We will stand for truth, stand and be a light. Stand for whatever things are good and right, and are good and right. If we're falling, it's to our knees, crying, Jesus, it's you we need, so we can
Wow, another absolutely beautiful, powerful song. I just saw a comment in the chats from Pamela Bradley. She said, "Oh wow, I have goosebumps," and I agree with you, Pamela. Honestly, I do too. That is a powerful song, and it brought me back to when I was a kid. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. You know, we have to be a light in the darkness. Gosh, Natasha, I can again. I the people must be so touched by this when you play these. So I'm guessing you play these in live in churches and you have concerts. Um, gosh, the fact that you're spreading this type of love and joy and light out into the world is just incredible. And that's what we're trying to do in our own little way, spread light and love out to the world. And if we all, I always say we can make a change. We can change the world one corner at a time. And you're changing it in your corner of the world. And so are we. And I am so blessed that you're here with us tonight, Natasha. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
That was beautiful. Gosh. Sean, what do you got to say, sir?
Oh, another great song. Another great song.
It's hard to say anything because you just don't even, it's powerful. Jerry,
Yes,
let's hear from you, sir.
Actually, I can't see you because I jumped over to the other page because I think this is something you'd probably like to hear. Amanda, our good friend Amanda,
Yes.
Shared very inspiring. I'm going through something very hard right now, and I don't get to listen much. Don't get to listen much lately. However, I did tonight, and I think God knew I needed this beautiful song and story, Natasha.
Oh my gosh. Is that Amanda Easter, Jerry?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, she's such a beautiful person. I don't know. She was on our show, Natasha, and she sings the most beautiful heart touching songs. She writes beautifully. Oh my goodness. She is one of my favorites that we've had on the show as well. We have so many great people that have been on here.
Man, it's awesome.
Yeah, she really is, isn't she? Jeffrey, go ahead. I was going to ask you, what would you like to say about that song?
What I love about that song, and it isn't brought up in this whole debate often enough, was the positivity. There's so much hate and so much anger on both sides that just kind of like it tears me apart. If you've got something you believe in, that's positive and that's powerful, and that's not something to beat other people up with. That's something to lift people up with.
Yes. Absolutely. Gosh, that's beautiful. Natasha, that is powerful.
No,
I know you are so welcome. Oh my gosh. It just touches my heart because, I know every week, and I repeat it every show because God brings everyone together for a reason, and everything is in his time. And, so many people that are listening right now to this show are going to be touched because they need it, just like Amanda. And your song just touched her. It touched me. I know it touched all of us. And we need to remember to just stand, be firm, and also just be that light in the world that is otherwise dark most times. That's beautiful. My goodness. Wow. So I know we have one more video from you, honey, and I am so thrilled. I still can't believe you've been married that long. You look like you're my daughter's age. You look you're so beautiful.
I got married a month before my 19th birthday.
Really? See, I got married. Well, I got divorced though, unfortunately, but I was married to my first husband when I was 16. So I know, but it's weird looking back because it was an entire lifetime.
From Texas?
Yes.
From Texas.
Well,
from Texas.
From Texas men.
So I know you have another video. We have another video. Jerry, did you want to join us or did you want me to?
Oh, no, yeah, no, this was great. I mean, as we were talking about lifting people up, the next video, which there's the segue again. This video.
Oh, I honestly did not realize it. See how that works? See how that works, Natasha.
God's in the details.
Yeah, honestly, because Jerry, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I forgot what the name, because I just put them on here. Really? Come on now,
Yeah.
Natasha. That was
We
perfect.
will
I can know that
rise.
happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
This next song, go ahead.
I picked most of my anthem songs to show you tonight. They all have a similar movement. It seems
Wow.
like my anthem songs, I have a trademark when it comes to a little bit of the melody. Not all my
Yes.
songs sound like that or have that movement, but this one was co-written by Ed Cash. He wrote "How Great Is Our God" and "Whom Shall We
Oh.
Fear," all of Chris Tomlin's things, and it was a God thing. The reason why we got in there to him. And as I'm talking to him, telling him my story, there's a whole story about how God gave me from.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Froze up.
She froze up.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and play her video and hopefully she'll unfreeze.
Exactly. I just want to make sure it's not me. Okay, making sure we're not frozen. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and play this, and hopefully she will unfreeze. It's like we're playing a game. Freeze, unfreeze. Okay, this song is called "We Will Rise" by Natasha Owens. Here we go.
When I look around at all the broken pieces, it seems impossible that I can make it through. When I'm all alone and standing at the crossroads, I remember that my strength is found in you. Whatever a day may bring, we will look to the heavens and sing. We will rise, we will rise, rise above the ashes, rise above the fire. Lift your hands, lift your eyes. Jesus is faithful, faithful to revive. We will rise, we will rise. When feelings try to tell us God has failed us, we won't believe the lies the enemy tells. We will worship, we will praise the name of Jesus. The more we sing, the more healing prevails. Whatever our day may bring, we will look to the heavens and sing. We will rise, we will rise, rise above the ashes, rise above the fire. Lift your hands, lift your eyes. Jesus is faithful, faithful to revive. We will rise, we will rise. And all the while God is working for our good. And when we feel He's not looking, God is working for our good. And all the while God is working, God is working for our good. Even when we feel He's not looking,
Oh my goodness. Gosh, that was beautiful. Let me see if Natasha has made it back. She did. She unfroze. Yay, let's bring her back on. Hi, Natasha. I'm so glad you unfroze. I said it reminded me of when we used to play freeze, unfreeze.
Yes.
Oh gosh, Natasha, perfect timing. Wow, I can't even put into words how amazing you are. And these songs
Oh,
are
thank you.
so beautiful. Your
Well,
voice is just angelic. It's so beautiful.
the goal is to feel and hear God, and if you can feel and hear God and not necessarily me, then I've done my job in these songs.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can. You really can. It's like he's coming through you and saying, "Hey, listen, this is what I'm telling her to tell you." That's the way I feel about it anyway. That is gorgeous. Miss Sarah said, nice. And I know we've got lots of other comments. I can't see the ones on Facebook, unfortunately, right now. But gosh, you have written some beautiful songs. Jerry, what would you like to add, sir?
You're amazing. We are so lucky to have been able to get you to
Oh,
come on
Gosh,
tonight. And we are so grateful that you actually allowed us to come into your anniversary celebration uh,
I know.
and take the time to talk to us because that is very special. Uh, and, I really appreciate it. I mean, it was like, uh, I called Carolyn. Yeah, just to let you know, I called Carolyn yesterday and said, "Stop the presses. Listen, I got to tell you who I've got."
He
You know,
did, just like that. I said, "Who?" I
uh,
think it's incredible. I'm beyond blessed that you joined us tonight. Um,
yeah,
gosh, that's just beautiful because you're reinforcing the messages that we are trying to get out there. Be a warrior, be brave, be powerful. Help each other. That's what we're talking about all the time. Let's help. Let's uplift each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Let's
well,
just be strong.
and talking about uplifting each other, I always like to ask our guests a lot of times, um, who are your big, and we know God supports you, but who are your biggest supporters? Because every singer songwriter, anyone that's going anywhere, uh, we do this because we want to, because we feel we're called to do it, but we also have support around us. And that support makes it so much easier. And I'm always curious to see, the people and what they answer. So yeah, I'm curious.
My biggest supporter and fan is my husband. He is such an anchor to me, and I'm so thankful to have him in my life. I've got two sons that are 21 and 19, and they support me, even though they're a little tired of being on the road with music with me sometimes. They've grown up. They've been my biggest supporter. I also have a manager who has always worked in the rock and pop world. And, for anybody who was anybody in the 80s and 90s and had never helped a Christian artist. And it was a whole God thing with his dad dying of cancer. And one of my songs just started playing on his phone. And just God was in the details. It would shock you.
Wow.
So it has been one of my biggest supporters through this entire thing. He believes in what we're doing, and he sees that God just places very particular people in front of our path, especially on days when I feel like I can't do it anymore. And it reminds us that this is the reason why we do it. And so I have a complete support staff in Nashville, and I have some very faithful fans that will drive 8-10 hours to see me sometime. And I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful to have this family around me.
When it comes to your songwriting, I'd like to ask what your greatest influences has been. And when I say influences, there's a little twist in there. I don't mean who has been your, as far as artist goes. No, I'm really talking about what has influenced you the most in your songs, in writing. How does that influence come about?
Well, writing a song has been very different for me from album to album. The first album, I didn't write any songs. I didn't feel like I was able to write. We pulled writers, didn't know that I had that ability in me. So for his influences, though, I love worship music. So I've been a big fan of Chris Tomlin, Hillsong, Bethel. I love elevation worship. I tend to gravitate towards worship songs more, even though I haven't done a worship album yet, but that's on my bucket list next. But you will hear throughout my music, I have a lot of 80s influence. My husband was an early 80s kid. I was a late 80s. So we take different guitars, different layers from our favorite songs from the 80s, and we put them into these songs, and they give them a little bit more of an edge, right? But it also gives a fresh sound too, because everything's kind of gravitating back towards the 80s. That was the best genre of music, in my opinion.
Yes.
We haven't had much good music since for as mainstream, but we started writing songs based on my husband has such faith, and he has crazy faith, and he was trying to find his place in my ministry, and being an anchor to me wasn't good enough for him. And so he went through this 6-month period of time where he couldn't find his place. And he got mad one night, and he said, I'm going to pray that when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to play like Liberace, or I'm going to sing like Pavarotti. He can't play an instrument, and he's tone deaf. So I'm like, okay, Dave, you pray that, and we'll just see if that happens. Well, it didn't happen. And about 3 days later, he said, I've had a dream every night that's playing out like a 1980s music video in my head from MTV. And he started telling me about this dream that he had every night for 3 days. And I said, oh my God, that's exactly to the depths of how I felt in the midst of my depression. Write that down. That's a song. And we got the head of my band in there, and we wrote our very first song, which was called I Am Loved. It was on the We Will Rise album. And since then, God has given him hundreds of dreams, and we've written from that. We walked into the studio to do the Warrior album with a different producer. His name is Ian Eskelin, who's become our best friend. And I didn't have inspiration. I didn't feel like I had inspiration. I didn't feel like I had much of anything. I said, I don't know what to do other than a worship album. And I constantly write down notes and different things that I see or hear or things that come to my mind. And by the end of the day, we had written 5 songs to that album. And then we walked in the next day and wrote 4 more. So I had an entire album within 36 hours, which
wow.
I questioned the integrity of it, because it was so many songs in a short amount of time. It never happened like that. And after the first day, my husband said, Tosh, you thought you didn't have any inspiration, but when you look back on it, every single song that we've written today has a common theme of strength and overcoming in it. And I sat back with tears in my eyes. I said, you know what? I finally feel like I'm to that strength and overcomer stage. So God gave us something that day when we all came together. And I'm not as good at writing the song and the melody. I want to put words to a song that I've already heard, which you can't do. So I always have to have that musical piece from someone else. But I'm a very big picture person. I know what I want to say in a verse and where I want to go in a song with it. But I still have to have help with co-writers. And sometimes you just get in a room and the chemistry hits, and God's with you, and it happens. So they've all come about in different ways. We still pull from the dreams that my husband has, and he's a very intricate part, not only in the songwriting but in the producing layers. He comes up with some of these genius ideas of like an 80s layer to make it sound fresh, and so I'm so thankful for his creativity.
Wow, that's amazing that you both work together like that, and the fact that he's seeing having dreams.
Yeah,
that's just amazing. I have dreams of songs as well. So I'll dream a song, but I've never seen like a video. So that's amazing. And we've talked to a lot of different authors and songwriters who literally have dreamed, or like they'll visualize it. Like you were saying, you're a visual, you visualize it. It's like a movie playing out in your mind. That's what Paul always says when he's writing a book. He literally sees the characters. And that's what we keep hearing from a lot of the songwriters. That's amazing. The fact that your husband does that kind of like for you. I mean, without even that God said, here, you're going to do this.
I know. And
that's
now he's
amazing.
A part of the ministry. Now he feels his part. And it's amazing what God can do when you ask him.
Wow.
Well,
absolutely. Oh my.
You said he was tone deaf. If he if he hears this stuff and helps you produce, how can he be tone deaf? I mean, and I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just, if he hears it, you know what I'm getting at? If he hears it, he hears it.
I will tell you this, and tone deaf may not be the word, but I think it kind of is, because he will sing something and think he's hitting the notes, and he's so off from them. But he can sing 80s rock soprano pretty well. So he's kind of a conundrum. I call it tone deaf just because he he really thinks he's hitting the notes, right? And that's kind of a definition of tone deaf.
Well,
Yeah.
But
I mean, tone deaf.
Go ahead.
I took formal lessons from a lady, she's a very great teacher here in Tyler, Texas. Very, 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 very few people are tone deaf. Now, people that, and I had the same battle. People that are, and I'm saying this to start this conversation to try to give some inspiration to your husband.
Yeah, he may not be tone deaf.
People that start out trying to sing and things like that usually sing flat, and they don't know any better. Maybe he needs to go to somebody that can help him get past that and give him the tools. Once I was given the tools to start learning, and I still sing flat. I still think, boy, I'm killing it. And my wife's like, you need to tighten up, son. But
is that her way of telling you you're flat? That's funny.
Well, she, everybody,
they've got such an awesome
husband. We all got this husband or wife that says, "Oh, honey, you're the greatest. Yay, baby. Yay, baby."
Yeah, I know. No, I'm glad she does that. I like the way she words it. You need to tighten up some.
What are you talking about? I don't get any of that.
No, I don't. I get the evil eye, like you better straighten up.
Well, it may be, but you know what? He's dyslexic and dysgraphic. He's got a learning problem, just like my sons do. And so I always say he's dyslexic, right? But he is a genius when his mind just thinks like no one else, and he hears things that I can't normally hear.
Wow.
And but boy, he can sing 80s rock soprano pretty good.
If he can sing 80s rock soprano, then he can.
That's amazing.
If he can get up there and if he can tear some Steve Perry and stuff like that up, then my kudos to him. I mean, I'm gonna give you a little inspiration story. The very first band I ever played I played lead guitar in this band, was for a contemporary Christian band. For the man, I was taking guitar lessons from his son. And he came to me one day. His name's Tommy Helm. He got a twin brother who's just as awesome, if not more, better musician than he is. But he says, Sean, he says, good Lord tells me you need to play lead guitar for me. Now, when he asked me this, I had been playing guitar for a year. 1 year. I said, Tommy, are you sure? Are you sure that I need to be playing lead guitar for you? He said, no. But the good Lord said, you're the guy I need, so we're going to go with that.
Definitely don't argue with that.
Yeah.
The first, we did a big praise and worship in an old school down here south of town. And I was scared to death. But Tommy walks over, he said, look, you just give it to God. Let God handle it. We'll be fine. And then and I did that. I mean, I just kind of relaxed and said, all right, sir, it's all on you. And y'all, I'm telling you, the stuff that I played that night off that Fender Stratocaster blew him, me, and everybody else away in the gym.
Where did that come from?
That's exactly what he asked me. He said, where did that come from?
You're like, I don't know.
No, exactly. I mean, he just...
Isn't that amazing? God.
Pointing in those fingers.
Yes.
Well, I mean, same way with your husband. Good Lord, and he knows that. You know that. If he's got that kind of faith, just hand it up to him. He'll fix it.
That's right.
He'll fix it.
I still want to know, though, where you're finding these husbands and or wives that are going, you're the greatest thing in the world.
Oh,
I
guess there are some.
There are some. I don't get that.
And far between.
Yeah. Hey, Natasha, before we move on, I did want to ask you, do you have any releases planned for this year?
I do. I'm going in a little bit different direction. Whether that's a good thing and for contemporary Christian or not, I'm not sure. We were a part of President Trump's Faith Initiative group the last 3 years of his presidency. And there was just so much that was involved in that 3 years. And we kind of crossed in a political path a little bit. And I'll just tell you, I love this country so much, even with all of our flaws. It's still the greatest land, and it's the envy of around the world. And people, if they can just get to America. And I'm so thankful for, we have veterans on both sides of our family. And I just don't think that they are given the reverence these days that they need and that they deserve. And there's such a sacrifice that comes with our freedom. And so we decided to do a 10-song patriotic album. Normally people do a single or two, but we're doing 10 songs. We did 5 covers and 5 new ones. We are part of America First Policy Institute, which has a lot of President Trump's administration in it. So we wrote an America First song because I'm very unapologetic when it comes to America First. I believe that there's nothing wrong with that when we put our kids first, our homeless kids first, we have needs here, and there's nothing wrong with saying America needs to come first. So we wrote, and we also wrote a song. I'm involved in Susan B. Anthony for Life, and we wrote a song called "Stand for Life." That's going to be on this album. We did covers like, God Bless America and God Bless the USA. And we're going to be collaborating with a few country artists to do some duos. We're in talks with Toby Keith's camp, as well as Aaron Lewis. And who's the third one, Dave? Do you remember? Jason Aldean. So hopefully one of them will like the songs enough. We've got a freedom song coming out. And I just keep going on this path. I've been singing at a lot of congressional campaigns lately. I sang at CPAC. If y'all know what CPAC is, the big political action group. And back last month, and I'm singing again every day for them in August when they come to Dallas. So God's just opening up this door on this political realm. I'm not quite sure, but I love America, and I'm all about saving it and standing up for what's right. And so that is coming out. We had a release of May 20th, but I think they pushed it to June. We're going to have a CD release concert on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
And a dinner afterwards at the Trump Hotel before it sells. And so it's going to be really cool. And then we've got a tour that is starting right before July 4th. It's going to go all through July, and just, trying to spread a little bit of hope and cheer that this country is not, we shouldn't give up on it. It's still the greatest place on earth.
Okay, we've got like 0 minutes left, but I got to ask this question, especially to you who, is going, yeah, who was that other person? Jason Aldean. It's like, oh my gosh.
I know.
Sorry.
We're like,
my memory's old.
No. I mean, just
because of who he is, Jason. Yeah. Oh, there's just Jason Aldean.
Just hope. These are the
just
ones
Toby Keith.
Very patriotic and unashamed about America. So we are hoping.
That would be so amazing, wouldn't it?
That one of them will bite on some of these songs, and Kid Rock too. Kid Rock's another one.
Yes.
That we may be pitching to, but
oh my gosh,
Christian is not liking that I'm going in this route, and they're not happy with me. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm not afraid.
Yeah, I love that. You're gonna stand. You're gonna stand for what's right. Yeah, absolutely.
You will rise. Yeah. The question I was going to ask you: what if you could give one piece of advice to songwriters, up and coming new songwriters? Because you've been down this road and you're very successful. And I'm picking on singer-songwriters, but songwriters because I am one. What advice would that be? Let me get my pen. Hold on.
I come from a world, and this may be different in different genres, but I come from a world where I am very humbled to do what I do, and don't think that I have the capability in writing or doing anything successful without God. And so my prayer is just, God, use me, give me the words to say, give me the words to write down of what I need to be talking about, right? And so I give all glory to him, and there's really no magical piece or advice I can really give, because I really haven't figured it out, other than I pray, and I feel like God speaks in different ways, whether it's to me or the people around me, and then really cool things happen from there. So I'm sure that doesn't happen in country and other things. I'm sure they don't get on their knees before they write, but that's how it happens with us.
Wow. Jerry, you
so
still
I
there?
don't know if that helped you or not, but
no, I do. I will tell you, I've got a small pet peeve, and hopefully I don't get Carolyn in trouble. I've got a small pet peeve with people that says God gave me the song. I'm all about God influenced me, God inspired me, God, a lot of things, and as being a Christian songwriter myself. But God gave me this song. And there's been a few times where, I kind of went, okay, if God gave it to you, wouldn't it be perfect? Are we even capable of receiving that type of perfection?
I don't
And
think we are. I don't think we're
I,
capable and it comes in through our humanism, and we can sometimes get it wrong, right? But I do believe that God is speaking. I believe that
speaking,
we have to be connected and tuned into Him. And I have seen things. I say that phrase a lot, that God gave me this song, or God breathed into it, because God is so much in the details, and He's been so much in the details of my full story. I wish I had time to tell you, because it would blow your mind
I
how
bet.
backward and how undeserving it was. But He's in the details, and it's every song. I can tell you something miraculously happened where He was in the details and where He breathed life into something. And so, whether you want to say that came from God or
Wow.
what, I don't know, but I do believe that I haven't had an experience yet where I didn't feel like that He at least touched me or people around me in the creative process of writing a song.
Yeah,
and I think that a lot of times God will go through us, but on the other side of the coin, uh, I had a producer I was working with one time, and he was looking at a young Christian songwriter, and and the kid said, "Yes, God gave me this song." And then when he got finished, the producer says, "Well, if God gave it to you, why is it so awful?" And I just felt so bad for the guy. I was like, "No," but seriously though, I think God works with us. God influences.
yeah.
God touches us. God talks to
Right.
us. And anytime that we can say something that could touch someone else, or help them get through a situation, or help them be able to say, "Yeah, that's the way I feel." Uh, and we don't know if that was intended for one person or a bunch of people. And I just want to say, I really appreciate the fact that the music, what you do, and who you are, has been of great help to a lot of people. And I know we're very humble and says, give God all the glory. But I do also want to say thank you to you directly for who you are and what you do.
Thank you very much. And I think sometimes God gives me things or talks to me just for me. And sometimes that message helps others as well. Maybe it's just for my mind alone.
Well, Jerry,
But
I can
Absolutely.
tell you, I can tell you firsthand, brother. I saw an instance about a month ago where God did a little music producing of His own. Carolyn knows what I'm talking about,
Yes.
and I
That
mean,
was
I'm telling you,
amazing.
brother, it was, yeah, he's watching, learning, listening. I mean, not
Yeah.
learning, but he's watching.
yeah,
He'll put where and when he wants things to be in your life,
Hmm.
and he puts them where they need to be. Now he may not just give you the whole song,
Yeah.
but he'll put things where they need to be.
Yeah. Or
and
that
I
that
fully well believe that.
yeah, or that line just out of the blue that you're like,
Exactly.
where did that happens all the time with me. Where did
I
that come
mean,
from? And my
yeah.
husband said, "Where did you come up with that?" I said, "I really don't know. I have no idea, but I'm writing it down." I said, I just literally say, I guess it was God. I honestly. So yeah, he's yeah, just amazing, just amazing. And you have just amazed us, ma'am. I really
well, thank
appreciate
you. Thank
you.
you for giving me an opportunity to tell my story. The scripture says we overcome by the word of our testimony. And you gave me a little bit of healing by letting me share my testimony. So I really
Oh,
appreciate that.
wow, and you did it for me as well, honestly, because everyone suffers with similar things, possibly. We go through
Faith
trials,
shaking.
tribulations, yes, and we all have to deal with loss, and it's just the way you've overcome that, through God's mercy and help is just it's inspiring, and it's going to encourage a lot of people out there that I've been through all of this. We talk about depression and anxiety on here a lot. We really do because I've dealt with it, and most of the people that I know have dealt with it in some capacity or the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
You know,
Mental
s-
health is something that society and the church stray away from. And
yes,
it's nothing to shy away from. We all deal with faith shaking things that affect our mental health, and if we don't give it to God or get a hold of it, we turn to alcohol and drugs, and that leads to depression and suicide every time. So
very
i'm
true.
a big, I'm a big vocal voice for mental health
Well,
inside the church especially.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, because I don't know. We just need to be more open about it and talk about it. And I love that you're doing that. That's wonderful. You're going to help a lot of people, and you already are.
Well, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome, Natasha. What a blessing you are. It has been so amazing to have you on here. You're welcome to stick around if you'd like. We're going to get to know Mr. Jeff for just a few minutes. If you have to go, I understand. I know it is your anniversary.
It is. I wish I could. We've got dinner in 15 minutes that I got to
Oh,
change
my.
real quick. So I wish I could stand around, but I'll go back to the podcast and listen to.
Yes, please do. And thank you so much for taking time out of your anniversary. This is amazing. We really appreciate it. I mean, God, I hope my prayer is that God continues to bless you and your husband and your family, and that you continue this ministry that you're on. And anytime you want to come back, if you ever would like to, or if you have anything you'd like us to share, we would love to do that for you. Okay.
I will. I'll get in touch with y'all, and y'all let me know if you need me anytime.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. So nice to meet you.
Thank you so much, Natasha. Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a great dinner. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Gosh, Natasha's just beautiful, Jerry. I'm so glad you got her on the show. Her songs are so touching. Oh my gosh, and she's so talented. Hold on, I got a message. Let me see what we got here. Somebody said, bye, Natasha. Nicole Anderson said, bye, Natasha. Thank you, guys and gals, for hanging out with us. Having a good time tonight. We do have another great guest with us tonight, Mr. Jeff Nauman. Do you pronounce your name Newman, right? Or is it Nauman?
Nauman, like it's not
later,
but now.
I forgot to ask you. Isn't that funny? I asked if you wanted to be called Jeff or Jeffrey, but then I just realized, wait a minute, it could be Newman or Nauman. No, it's Nauman. I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. How are you doing tonight, Jeff?
I'm doing really well, thank you. Appreciate having the opportunity to be here.
You are welcome, and I'm so glad that you are here tonight.
Although I feel a little bit like I'm following Elvis. It's like, okay. Hey, thanks a lot, Jerry.
It's always tough because we never compare anyone. I never compare anyone. Alfred E. Nauman.
Alfred E. Nauman.
Alfred E. Nauman. That's what H. Nicole Anderson put. She was great Prince. I don't know why great Prince. Okay. Weird. But we're so glad you're here. And I did get a chance to listen to just a little bit of some of your songs. And you have got an amazing gift as well, sir. You really, really do. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley in Southern California, right over the hill from Laurel Canyon, right over the hill from Sunset Boulevard. And the music that I loved listening to was Buffalo Springfield, and then later on Poco and the Doors and all those people that played at the Troubadour and the Palomino and everything. It was always what I wanted to do growing up is I wanted to be in a band, and we wanted to go play at those places.
Wow.
Cool. That's all I thought about. But I wasn't really very good at songwriting. I had a good friend who was a good songwriter, and he was a guitar player. And so I said, okay, Jeff, you sing, and I'll play guitar, and we'll go up and we'll do this. And we got a band together, and we called it The Horse You Rode In On.
What a cool name.
Right. If only the music had been as good as the name, right? We would have been huge.
Yeah.
Anyway, so kind of like a California country kind of sound. Like
okay.
Like we had this guy in our band. His name was David, and he could play dobro, and he could play pedal steel, and he could play banjo, and he could play mandolin. And so that kind of like pushed us in that direction.
Oh, okay.
He basically took the rock and roll that we liked and played it through his speakers. That's kind of where
so
we came from.
Steel guitar on a rock and roll song, basically, because that's what he could
which is what Poco ended up being, and that's who the Eagles copied. And if you listen to the first Eagles album, that's exactly what we wanted to be. We wanted to be Take It Easy and Witchy Woman and Peaceful Easy.
Oh, those were classics. Such great songs. Yeah.
That was the problem is we wanted to do that in 1978. And that had already passed. It was already gone.
Yeah,
we were like,
you missed the bus or the train, whatever, right?
We missed it. You know, so getting back to me, I was I'm the prodigal son of a Lutheran minister.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea. Okay, go ahead.
And the thing that I didn't like about my dad's church is that nobody wanted a praise band. They wanted the organist.
Okay, yeah.
I played organ in church, but when I brought my guitar, no one would let me play. No, that's not what God wants. That's not God music. God music is play the organ and sing the hymns.
Yes.
Beautiful Savior and Rock of Ages, and that's it. That's what we do. And so I said, well, if that's all you're going to do, then I'm off the next direction. I'm off on the next thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, it didn't happen for us. David got killed in a car accident.
Oh.
And my other friend who I went to college with, he got shot, and it just went downhill. I ended up getting married, had kids.
Oh my gosh.
That leads us to our first song, which is called Residue. So I got married, had kids, got caught up in work. By this, I was working in restaurants. I wasn't even doing music anymore at all.
Right.
And I was married for 23 years. And then one day my wife said, I'm leaving. I said, what do you mean you're leaving? We're married. She says, no. I'm married. You're not even here. Even here. And so she walked away. And I said, okay.
What else are you going to say?
That's what this song is about. This song is about why didn't I fight for that relationship?
How long ago was that?
That was 2000.
Yeah, you're having you're cutting up a little bit too on your audio.
I was married for 23 years.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
well, let's play the first song. You want to play it?
Hear the song and see what you think.
Yes, absolutely. Because I didn't listen to the whole thing. I intentionally did not. Okay. Hold on. Let me get to it. Residue. Hold on just a second. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Residue by Jeff Nauman. I've been saying Newman all day. Here we go. Sorry.
I listen for the echoes in the night. I wait for the voice that tells me everything's alright. I don't sleep too much, but when I do, I dream I'm sleeping here with you. I live in the afterglow of your love. I see your face in the moon and the stars above. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry. Sometimes I sit and I wonder why. You wonder why. I live for the residue, for the memory of me and you, for the good times and bad times too. Yeah, I live for the residue. Now I know you left me and I know why, but I don't know why I let you I listen for the echoes in the night. I wait for the voice tells me everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright. Everything's alright.
Hold
Okay.
up. I get to ask the burning question.
Okay, go.
Is that you singing that,
That's me singing that.
brother?
I know.
Wow, yeah, brother.
So
let's put
good.
aside. Let's put aside the fact that that's just a great song all around written.
Yeah.
Brother, you have got some pipes.
Yes.
Some PIPES, sir.
My
I know.
pipes are a little damaged right now. I was talking to Carolyn about that. I have a new kidney. I got a kidney transplant in December. And while I was in there, they intubated me because I have a hard time breathing and eating. They paralyzed one vocal cord.
Oh,
They've already done. No, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. They said it's going to come back, but I might lose a little bit on the upper end of it. It does come back. I'm actually going in for speech therapy right now.
yeah. Well, brother,
Wow.
Yeah.
I completely
This is
agree
amazing
with
singing.
that. I can't even. I'm like you, Sean. That is a great song, and your voice is amazing.
Yeah.
And I know that in no way, your voice doesn't make you who you are. But if that, I don't know how to describe that.
Well,
I don't
when
want to
I was in
feel bad,
college, when I was in
that's
college,
amazing.
that's how I made money in college. Is I would
Yeah.
go and sing
Wow.
different things, and I would have people would have me come into their weddings and sing for them.
Yes. Well, Nicole put on here
That I got
Steve
through.
Perry with a question mark. She put Steve Perry. Gosh, that is
Steve
really
Perry's
nice.
so far above me.
I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing I can do. I can sing in key.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
give-
that's
I'll
no
give myself
doubt.
that.
I
was
love
in-
that song, Residue. I mean,
Yeah, no, I do
gosh.
too. I mean, the message, everything. I was impressed, and then when you hit your upper register, I was like,
Right. I think that's a little bit of the hook is when you jumps the octave.
Right.
Kind of it's like a hook that says, okay, wait a minute, I got to pay attention here.
Well, Nicole said you are better than Steve Perry.
That's not true.
I think
I patently tell you that I have sang "Don't Stop Believing." I have sang faithfully. And I cannot do him enough justice.
really, those are very difficult songs to sing.
They're hard
The
songs
fact
to
that
sing.
you can sing them at all, to me, is pretty.
I tell you what's really great is if you do a duet with a woman singer and do faithfully and let her hit the really high stuff.
Right.
And then everyone's super impressed.
Yes, I guess so.
There's only one other man I've seen that, and he made the song. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him. If you're not, go listen to him. They're a couple of brothers or three brothers out on the East Coast somewhere. I think out of Florida, but it's a group called Boyce Avenue. Go listen to their version
I've heard of them, but yeah,
Faithfully.
I will go check that out.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've heard
go
of
listen
them.
to go listen to his version of their version. I think the brother that's doing the singing is named Alex. Now he don't go expecting to hear Steve Perry, but go with an open mind and listen to what he does on his. I mean, he does a very great rendition of it. I mean, while we're bringing Steve Perry and Journey up,
Right. Well, a lot of what I used to do is people would say, I want to hear such and such a song by so and so. I would modulate my voice to make it sound like that.
Yeah.
My favorite, if somebody wants to hear Kenny Loggins, or if they want to hear Tom Petty, or if they want to hear Bruce Springsteen, I can do all those. I can do
Wow.
them. I was in a band once called the Long Players, and we would go and do entire albums of all the songs from a favorite album. We just go to a gig and said, okay, we're going to do Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John now, and we would do the whole album. The
Wow.
song, depending
That's
on what we
amazing.
wanted to do.
That is amazing. Gosh, so
I,
you've been in
I'll tell you what's tough is if somebody wants to hear a Beatles album and you want to do a John Lennon, and then you got to do a Paul McCartney, and then you got to do a Ringo Starr somehow and make it all work and make them believe.
that would be very difficult. And I guess you pulled it off. That's incredible. Wow.
Well, I would do the Paul McCartney and the George Harrison songs.
Right.
And then my partner would do the John Lennon and the Ringo Starr.
Well, I love
the voices come from different places in your mouth.
Wow. Gosh, that's impressive, Jeff. That is impressive. And I love that style of music. I really do. Gosh, that's a nice song. I like it a lot. And Residue, that is, I mean, I've heard people say, oh, I live with a memory. I live with your, but that is unique. I don't think I've ever heard that. What a clever hook. Residue. That is a great idea. I would have never thought of that. It's a residue of you instead of just the memory of you. It's almost like you can feel it. You can touch it.
It kind of sticks to you, even though you're trying to wash it off, right?
Yeah, kind of. That's what I'm kind of picturing. You kind of visualize that. At least I did. Wow, that's amazing. Jerry, what have you got to say about that song? I know we're never here critiquing. We're not here to critique anyone. That's amazing.
Oh no, no, we're not doing critiques. But talking about critiques, he has critiqued a few of mine.
Oh, really?
We've gone back and forth. But there was a purpose behind it. It was always positive. It was always like, I really like that, and
instead of but.
he sandwiches it like, here's the good, here's the bad, here's the good. Okay, but you heard the bad, right? Now Nicole wrote something on here that Mr. Nauman is currently number 5 on the top 100.
Yeah, I saw that.
Spotify playlist.
Wow. Is that what that says?
That's true.
But
not with this song.
Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, we have several more songs. Let's get to them as quickly as we can, Jeff, because I want to. I could sit here and listen to that stuff like that all night. That is really good.
Okay. Well, the next one's a ballad. It's called "When I See You in My Dreams."
Yes.
And it's actually three different songs. One of which I wrote when I was 16. One of them which I wrote with 40, and I finally finished this song in 2017, I think, and then started putting it all together and made it all fit until it was something that came out the way that I really intended it all along. There was things that I couldn't have even imagined when I was 16 years old that I could put together. And I think I was about 40 years old when I came across a notebook that had the original lyrics.
Oh my gosh.
That kind of sparked me into thinking, wait a minute.
You never finished it. Oh my gosh.
There's something there. I thought I had finished it.
Yeah.
But once I read it, I said, no, this isn't done. It still isn't done. And now we're talking like almost 50 years later. And I just now got to the point where I actually took it into a studio, took my rhythm guitar and my voice, and I met this really great guy at Seaside Studios in Maui. His name is Joel Katz. Man, he is so talented. He's got the Pro Tools. He's got the keyboards. He plays every single instrument you ever could need, and changed my life. In fact, the reason that this album 0 to 60 is out now is because of him. Without him, I never would have got there. I just said I needed to go in and record this song, When I See You in My Dreams. And once I was done with that, I said, we got a lot more stuff we got to go back and find.
That gave you inspiration, didn't it? Oh my gosh. Yeah. That is what Nicole said. She said it has the vintage feel, but also sounds very modern. And Sarah, my friend Sarah, said he is good. I like it. I like it because you're bringing something different to us. We've only had one, because I would consider this classic rock, I guess, right? Classic rock.
You can't grow up in California listening to the Eagles and listening to Journey and all that stuff and not have that influence you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it because we're trying to we are in the process of branching out and trying to include more genres because, there's so many talented people out there. Let's get to this next song. I'm so excited. When I See You in My Dreams, and I'm going to have to, were there segments or you just kind of put them all together and made one song?
Why don't you listen and see what you think?
Okay, I'm really curious to see. Can I pick out which one was 16 and which one was 40? Let's see. Let's check it out. I'm so excited. Okay, let me get it back over here. Okay, here is When I See You in My Dreams by Jeff Nauman. Here we go.
Hey, you touched my heart. You left a mark that could never be erased. I look for life in every moment. I look for love in every smile. I look for truth in every memory. For you I travel any mile. And I am not afraid of silence. I am not afraid of death. I only fear the lost connection. Your spoken name, my dying breath. When I see you in my dream, when I see you in my dream, when I see you in my dream, in my dream, in my dream. I could never pay the penance. I cannot repay the debt. I can just return the favor as the summer sun is set. Would you meet me in the middle? Would you take me back in time? I would trade all my tomorrow just to say that you were mine. And I will see you in my dream. And I will see you in my dream. In my dream. You caught my eye. Are the reason I find beauty in this world.
Gosh, Jeff. Woo! We need like 1,000 people in here clapping for you. God, that's such a beautiful song. That is such a beautiful song, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I don't know why. I guess because I've already heard a little bit of your story. To me, in my heart, when I'm watching that video and hearing that song, what I hear is, okay, I've been trying to get back to you my whole life. You know, I lost you all those years ago, and it's been an ongoing journey throughout your whole life to find the one. And then, oh my gosh, it makes me want to cry. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. Gosh, Jeff, thank you so much for writing that. We've got, let me see what comments we have, and then I'm going to let you guys, I don't even know what to say. So let's see. So Nicole said beautiful. Nice chroma key. I don't know what that. I can't read. Yeah, okay. I love it. Oh, I wrote that. Where did it go? I love it. And then beautiful video, beautiful song. That is from Lisa Wood. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining us. Gosh, I don't even know. How do you even put that into words? honestly, Jeff, I think that song is
brother.
even better. That's amazing. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, another burning question I have, Jeff. How have you missed getting a record deal?
Yeah.
All these years, man. I mean, I know people get asked that all the time. That,
Or have
you
you,
know,
or did you? And
Okay,
maybe you did, Sean.
two things. Number one, because I quit when I shouldn't have. One, and number two, because when I decided I was going to be serious about it, I was already really sick with the kidney disease, and I didn't know if I was going to make it through that.
Yeah.
Kind of like there was a deadline.
Sure.
And you always work better with a deadline.
Yeah.
And my deadline was I didn't know how much longer I was going to be here to do it.
Earth.
Absolutely.
So I said, I got to do this. I got to do this now. I got to take all my ideas and I got to put them together. I got to make it happen.
Well, thank God you did. You know, honestly.
And now with the new kidney and everything, I'm actually, if you had seen me a year ago, you would be stunned to see how good I look now. I'm not saying that I'm like really beautiful or anything like that, but compared to what I was, what I am now, I look like a healthy human being.
Yes.
And I didn't look like one.
Wow. So you got on the ball and got busy finishing all these because you didn't know how. That is so touchy. You didn't know how much time you had left, and then you got a kidney. You got the kidney transplant. Here you are with us today. What a journey your life has been, and what an amazing influence and inspiration for real, Jeff, that you are to others just by going through all that you. And we talk about that all the time on here. You've gone through such an incredible journey, and look at you now.
One of the things is when I first played this song for a friend of mine that I was in a band with 50 years ago, he said, "That sounds like a movie."
Yeah.
And that's why I ended up writing a screenplay starting with that song. That was the starting point of writing the screenplay, which I am now trying to pitch to try to sell. I have an agent or whatever they call it, a plotter.
Right.
Working on that right now. But that is, I do have a screenplay that's started with that, and there's also about 3 or 4 other songs on Spotify and Amazon and YouTube that are also intended to be part of this.
I can
So
see
you are on YouTube. Are you on Reverb Nation?
I'm not on Reverb Nation. I'm on just about everything else.
Okay.
And I've got his YouTube.
It's
got up here. Almost everything, right? Except for Reverb Nation.
Yeah.
So Nicole, of course, said Jeff has also wrote a beautiful screenplay, and I think that it's based on his life. So would you say that the screenplay and the songs, it seems to me that they are too. I don't know.
I don't think that there's anybody who's a real writer who doesn't write at least partly about their life. They change things around and they make it interesting. Yeah. But that's where the songs, the movies that really hit you, strike at the soul, because they're real.
Yes.
In some way. They may have changed some things around, but there's something that's real that they're grasping onto. So
wow.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. Well, gosh, I am honored that you're here. I really am, Jeff. I'm not even kidding. Honored. I don't even know what else to say. We are beyond blessed. I know Sean has to. Sean, you have to go, don't you, sir?
Yeah. I won't say.
He's got a gig.
I've got 2 gigs this weekend. And
all right, good for you.
I know, right?
Especially after hearing Natasha sing and you sing, I got to go practice. So
you got to go practice.
I tell you what, it's so awesome that there's gigs out there to go get now again.
Yes, I know. Isn't that nice? Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Were you knocked out of work for a long time, Sean, or did it affect you as much?
I mean, it slowed down some. I'm very blessed here lately to be able to play at least once every weekend. I'm a weekend warrior. I have an 8 to 5 job, and then I get to play my music on the weekends. But it has picked up. I never did really just flat stop because, and this may be a touchy subject with everybody, I just never did believe in the whole COVID thing. I just wasn't going to quit my life because somebody told me to. I mean, I just kept, luckily I had venues that kind of believed the way, and it wasn't as prevalent here we've all talked about it. Here in East Texas, it wasn't as prevalent. I mean, people still wore their masks and all that. I'm not going to get on all that, but
we could, We'd be
Yeah, we
we'd be
could
going right down the wormhole with that.
exactly.
Big
But
controversy.
here in East Texas, people tried to stay open and do, people they just needed to have their lives go on and make their
Yeah.
money and do what they needed to
It's
do.
true. It is so true. And I didn't mean to bring that up to cause a controversy.
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no.
I was just
I mean,
wondering. So,
But,
Jeff, I'm curious. Are you able to do gigs just yourself? Possibly? Do you do gigs now or no?
I've done 2 since the kidney transplant.
Wow,
so,
that's awesome.
Those have been interesting. And I always bring a couple of other vocalists with me because I don't have the strength and the stamina and the ability and the vocal cord to do it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry you went through that, but I am so God, I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful that you're still here. He has a big reason for you to be here.
I'll tell you what. There's a singer in Honolulu. Her name is Sunway.
Nice name.
And she's also the morning DJ on one of the local radio stations.
Nice.
And she's got a fantastic voice. In fact, if you go onto my YouTube page, you'll see a song called "Not in Vain" that I actually recorded with her. I don't have it with me today because it didn't seem like it was right for the time, and it's kind of long.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
But if you get a chance to check that out, and she's got a great voice.
That's awesome. And of course, any other songs that you want to share that we're not covering tonight, Jeff, please share them with us. And you can share them on my Facebook, and I'll share them too. Thank God that he got the kidney and is recovering. Yes, and the ladies on here are just raving about you. That Jeffrey Nauman is so talented. In fact, Nicole said, "I told you, Carolyn," because she said, "How did you get Jeffrey Nauman on there?" And I said, "I guess I'm just blessed." And now I see. And she said, "See?" And okay. So wait a minute, I missed it. Hold on, I saw something. She pinned it. Got to be careful out there with transplants and the viruses out there. Stay safe, Jeffrey. Yes, absolutely. So, Sean, do you have to go, sir? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just want to quick say, Jerry, good to see you again. Carolyn, as always, thank you.
Yes, thank you for joining us and helping us out.
Sorry, I got a jet, man, but you got a new fan in me, brother. I'm gonna try to find your stuff, and yeah, I mean,
so there's about 20, 25 songs.
That's a lot
on out there right now. So
that's amazing, Jeff.
Well,
all right, Sean, will you take care of yourself?
I'm gonna subscribe on YouTube. I've got a few videos. Of course, my vocals are not what yours are, brother, but
I'll subscribe right back.
They got some great meaning to them, man. And you talk about life and all that. These songs will mean something to you.
Yes.
Y'all be good. Take care.
Subscribe back.
Thanks, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Bye-bye. So, Jerry, I know you haven't got to get a word in edgewise. I don't know where that saying came from.
That's all right. No, but I did want to jump over to my Facebook.
Yes.
Amanda Easter has just been well, while the songs were going, the hearts were flying.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. If I had hearts on this doesn't have hearts. Jeff, you would be smothered with hearts right now.
Yeah, and she's like, beautiful song. Then she came back, great song. Jeffrey, so good. And then you have an amazing voice. So I think you've just been taking her right along for the ride there.
Absolutely.
That means a lot coming from Amanda because her voice is really great.
Isn't her voice great? I know when we had her on the show, and she does not realize how great she is. You know what I mean? I don't think she realized it because we were just gushing and she was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm," to me, she was very humble. She doesn't even, "Oh, I'm not that good." I'm like, "Duh, what are you doing? You should be playing big arenas, just like you." Right. You know what I mean? Big giant. I just picture you guys just doing huge. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. So, okay. Nicole shared the link to Not in Vain right on here. I don't know. I won't be able to click on it.
No, don't click on. Don't worry about that now.
Okay.
I think the next one you've got for me is say
Wrong Way Home.
Wrong Way Home. So this song is very different. And I just fairly recently recorded it. It was like a couple weeks after surgery. And it was written for a friend of mine who had been through some really bad things and was thinking maybe this world wasn't for him anymore.
Wow.
And so we got to talking, and I just said, you know what? we've all been through it. We've all been through tough. And we started sharing back and forth the things that had happened to us. And it made me realize that I had a lot more to live for than I even gave it credit for. And hopefully, since he's still here, he got some of that too.
Absolutely.
So
oh my gosh.
So that's what this song is about. But you'll notice my voice is of a different timbre.
Okay.
And I don't dislike it, but when I hear it, it doesn't sound like me.
You're like, wait a minute, that's not me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. Well, you do damage in here, and things change.
Absolutely.
When I talk, I don't talk like me.
Yeah,
You know,
you're like that.
I never had a raspy voice. I never had a, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can be Bob Dylan, you can be Neil Young, you can be Rod Stewart. It doesn't stop you from doing what you got to do. But it takes a while. It's like when you have plastic surgery and you're trying to see yourself as, what is that?
It's not even me.
You wake up and you go, who did that to me? Or like when
oh my gosh,
draw pictures on you in the middle of the night after you've had too much dinner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
well, I'm excited to hear this. I'm anxious to hear your voice.
This one's a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more Natasha end of things. There's a little bit more God involved. So.
Oh my gosh, this is I'm already so blown away by your music. I can't even imagine. So let's play this. This is Wrong Way Home, right? Wrong Way Home, not Long Way Home. Wrong Way Home by Jeffrey Nauman. Here we go.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
an applause button. We really need an applause button. Jeff, gosh, golly, are you kidding me? Like, that is a gorgeous song. And I love your voice. It almost sounds haunting in that song. It really did. It was like,
the echo
man.
helps.
It did what?
The echo helps.
Yeah. No, I love that song too. It's a long way home when you take the wrong way home. So gosh, that is so true for all of us. A lot of us, most of us. I'm speaking for myself. You know,
Right.
you just keep going the long way.
It's hard to get back on track. Yeah.
It is. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that, Jeff. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Ooh, what'd you think of that song, Jerry?
It was great. It was great. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was, I was trying to think of who I can compare this one with, and I
know.
can't. You know,
Yeah, it's very unique.
It's very unique. Yeah, exactly.
It is.
Well, it's different for me too, because I've always been really, really guitar oriented in my songwriting.
Right.
And this one is very, very much keyboards related. If I was thinking if I was going to pitch this to somebody,
right,
I would pitch it to Rob Thomas and Matchbox.
Yeah. Whatever their names. I can't get it.
Matchbox 24, whatever it is.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
But other than that, you're right. I don't. It's not in my usual genre, as it were.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so cool, because it's different. It's different, and I really love the message of that song. I mean, it's really powerful. It really is. You're gonna help somebody. Come with me. Let's go.
Exactly.
Gosh, that's so beautiful.
Let's all talk about how crappy life is.
Yes.
And why we still should stick around.
Absolutely.
And let's do it together.
Yeah.
And you're not alone.
That is, amen. That's true, Jeff. It's so true, because so many people out there feel alone. They feel completely alone, and I know they do. And it's nice.
What I liked about it was the lyric that it started off being a cliche, and then it turned into something real.
I know.
I wanted to like catch you. It's like, God opens up the window and
yeah. Very
that's the last thing you want to hear,
Yeah, and I've heard that. Yeah, you're not. Oh no, he don't. No, he don't. No, I'm in the middle of this. He don't care. Right? He don't care about me. If he was here, why is this happening? You're in the middle of that anger and that, oh my gosh, that's beautiful, Jeff. Really, that's going to help a lot of people. I hope and pray that a lot of people come on here and watch this after. Let me see what we got on the comments. Very original. Yes, Lisa. Vocal sounds great in the chorus too. Yes, I think so too, ladies. I agree with y'all. I liked it a lot. Like I said, it almost had that haunting feeling. I know you said the echo helped, but I like your voice. It's really cool. It's powerful still. It's still just as powerful.
You can hear in it too that it doesn't have the strength. You can actually hear it in the breathing.
Yeah, but that's okay. That makes you unique. That makes you, and that's what makes it sound so unique.
Well, hopefully it makes it sound honest, if nothing else.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're not trying to I'm going to, you could get somebody else to sing it. You know what I mean? But it wouldn't be as good. It wouldn't be as honest. I loved it. I thought it was gorgeous. And we have another song, this next one. Why don't you tell them a little bit about this?
0 to 60?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Okay. So the early when I heard you in my dreams, that's the song that got me started thinking about it. 0 to 60 is the actual original title of the screenplay.
Right.
And so this song was written specifically based on the screenplay and what I had already written in the screenplay. So when I see you in my dreams is a song that was written for the screenplay to start, and 0 to 60 was a song after I finished the screenplay to try to tell a little bit of the story about what happens in the movie. So this would be like an ending credits song.
Oh, nice. And Nicole said, oh my God, this is the one I was waiting for. Okay. I can't wait to hear it then, because I only heard little snippets, I promise. I know I should listen to these first, but I like to be surprised. I like to be like, what? Oh my God. You're catching me completely off guard. Okay, here we go. Let's play it. Let me find it on my little list here. I've got so many right now. Stand by. There it is. Are y'all ready? It's 0 to 60. Here we go. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a little crush, she's out of my league. Schoolboy's fantasy, right down the street. In a innocent smile, telltale lips on a face that could launch 1,000 ships. Zero to 60, Parisian cafe, holding hands on the Champs-Élysées. 8-hour taxi to strawberry fields, to a place where nothing's real. But I don't love you. No, I don't love you. And you don't love me too. 0 to 60, Marina Del Rey, top down on the PCH. Malibu Canyon, cottage for two. I'll stop the world and melt with you. But I don't love you. No, I don't love you. And I know that you don't love me too. Two hearts connected, lot of gold hills, ocean air seeping through the window sills. I bring the fire, you bring the wine, one never-ending moment in time. Zero to 60, down Canaan Road. I wanna take her just as far as she goes. I heard her say it in the heat of the night. 0 to 60, from wrong to right. And I don't love you. With all my heart, I don't love you. And I know you will always never love me too. 0 to 60, summer is past. The taste from the apple, but the memories last. One-way ticket, you know love is like that. 0 to 60, ain't nothing flat.
Wow. I love that one too. I really do. I like what Nicole said. She said PCH, Pacific Coast Highway. Love it. Taking me there. Yeah, it was a great visual. You had like a visual effect of that song. I loved it. It told a great story. I don't love you, but I don't love you.
Right.
I
Well,
like that, but I don't love you.
yeah, well, you kind of got to know a little bit of the story
Right?
of the movie in order to catch all of it. But basically, what happens is, he and she are two of the people who were in their high school were like the most likely to succeed, but for different reasons.
Okay.
Went off to Hollywood. He went off to be a rock star, and it didn't really work out for either one of them, right? But then when they come to the 30-year reunion, they say, okay, that's something we never got a chance to do anything about. We're not going to do it now. We never will.
Wow. That's cool. It's really a cool song. It's got a good feel to it. I really do like it. What about you, Jerry? What'd you think?
Well, kind of going back to the I keep jumping back and forth between
Yeah,
Facebook.
what are you seeing on Facebook?
Well, I'm seeing Brett thinks apparently you look like Elton John. Um, yeah, I'm not sure why Brett's jumping on my Facebook. Oh, that's right. Yeah. uh, and we got some hearts and I got some love from. I got a big like from Stephanie Mason Limbo.
Nice. And I just saw Nicole said, will he remember the little people when he gets his Oscar? Very good question, Jeff.
You
Hey,
know who
if-
I'm talking about with Stephanie?
Depends on how little.
which Stephanie?
Carolyn, Stephanie Mason Limbo, the one you really wanted me to get for your show.
Oh, yes.
With the one that did her husband. I don't want to go into all the details, but her husband committed suicide.
Yes.
And she did the thing with the cards, and she
Yes.
does a lot of stuff with oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. Lieutenant Dan. I can never remember his name.
Oh yeah, Gary Sinise.
Yeah, Gary Sinise. So
Wow.
I think
He's an
great.
awesome guy. Awesome guy.
Wow.
I think that maybe she you caught her attention with the one that you'd done before this one.
Wow, that's wonderful. See, we're getting some amazing people on here and I like the way they just changed this where everyone can pair this. Nicole has it paired to her channel. And is that right? When they pair it, then it's showing on their channel, right? I'm learning all this.
Yep.
And let's see. Thank you so much for doing that, by the way. And Lisa Wood did the same thing. So not only are you getting viewers on my YouTube and my Facebook, but you're getting them on Jerry's, on hers, and whoever else paired it. So what do they need, Jerry? I'm kind of confused on that. I thought they have to have the link to pair it. No.
No, when I'm coming up through this, like when we do it prior to, it'll ask me if I want it to, show on my Facebook, and I say yes, and then it pairs all of this together. Yeah.
Right, but they are not on. Lisa hasn't been on the show, so how would she do it? I'm really curious. I'm trying to learn.
Well, she went to your goes to your link.
Oh, okay.
She can pair it.
Wow, that is really cool. See, I'm learning all this, Jeff. I'm sorry. It literally is all new to me. And this is a new thing they just started offering. That is so great. So we're going to get more and more people being able to view these and hear these great singer-songwriters.
And it makes it really easy for us too. I mean, and like myself and Paul, because, I was talking to, I was talking to my sisters who have never made it to Carolyn's Corner. Because it's like, let's face it, you Google Carolyn's Corner, you're going to come up with a bunch of people.
You know what? If I found out a trick, Jerry, by the way, sorry. If you put in Carolyn's Corner Live, it'll take you right to us.
But
I found that out.
Anyway, and so now it's just easier to say, hey, just go to my Facebook, you'll get it, you'll find it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Because they already got that. And I had some people at my rehab today wanted to listen. I told them I was going to be here. Anyway.
That is great. That is really great. Thank you for doing that. And thank you, ladies, for both of you for pairing this to your station. See, I'm learning. I really am. I don't even know how to word it. Jeff, my goodness, you are now I know why Nicole made a big deal out of it. I was just like, you know what? I'm so
that was me. I was like, okay, here we go.
So great. Oh my goodness, Jeff. What an amazing gift you've been given. Really. I think so. Wow. And you play guitar. What other instruments do you play?
I played keyboards.
Nice.
Guitar, play bass, play trumpet and French horn.
Jeez. That's a lot.
I haven't played saxophone in a really, really long time, like about maybe 30 years.
Wow.
But any kind of brass instrument, almost any string instrument, being in Hawaii, you can't get without playing ukulele.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, I have a feeling that H. Nicole Henderson is one of your biggest fans because she said, yeah, he is amazing. She is just gushing about you. They are just blowing up this over here. Her and where's it at? Where's the other name? I want to make
Lisa?
sure. Yes, I'm just trying to make sure. I want to make sure I get the right. Well, you know who they are, right? That is so great. Wow.
I know who they are. Well,
that is great.
When you put your message out, your link out, I just copied it onto my page, and so
that's great.
And then before I came on, I was getting messages from people saying, "Oh, we'll be listening."
That is so wonderful. Oh my goodness. Well, Jeff, I can't even begin to thank you enough. I mean, it's an honor to have you on here, and I really do mean that. And I know I say that to everyone, but it's an honor to have everyone on here because, I mean, we sharing your amazing gift, your amazing talent is just with us. You know, I feel so humbled. I feel so blessed. Jerry knows. I'm always just like, wow, this is so incredible. I'm so grateful to you, honestly, Jeff. And I'm so glad to see that you're doing so well. And I'm glad
I'm thankful to be here on this
Yes.
earth, and I'm thankful to be here and to be talking about music and just stuff like that. This is feel good stuff right here.
Yes, I agree. And you just made it so great tonight. You really, really did. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I would love for you to come back anytime when you have a new release, anything like that. Let us know. Share anything you want with me and I'll share it. You know, I know you probably don't need me, but I will do it. Anything I can do ever to help you. Sarah said he is really good, and she put big hearts with little stars in them. Thank you, Sarah.
Well, you know, and Jeff kind of complained a little bit at the very beginning about following Natasha. I don't think you had.
Yeah, you
no
don't have
problems
anything
there.
to worry about.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I was thinking the same thing, Jerry.
Let me just say, Natasha was amazing.
Absolutely.
And Natasha, you know, she's got a voice and a presence. I wanted to tell her that I thought her performance video was the best one of the three.
Me
That's
too.
That's the one I wanted to see, and that's my next bucket list thing is to start doing performance videos.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, I have some old stuff that's not even, you know, it's not even on MP4 or able to get it onto YouTube. It's like, you know, 8 millimeters.
Yeah.
You know, film of things I did when I was much younger.
Yeah.
So that's the only performance stuff I have right now. So.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, when you do, oh my God, please keep Little Carolyn's Corner in mind, because I would love to have you come back and share it with us.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it's been an honor. It really has, Jeff. Jerry, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate you coming on. I know you Jerry kind of semi-retired from Carolyn's Corner because he's got to work on a lot of his songs. Everybody's so busy. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I hope you stay blessed and stay healthy. Take care of yourself, Jeff, and Jerry, you too. You know, I love you guys. Now you're part of our family. That's what I tell everyone. Once you come on the show, you're literally part of our little family. And I'm so glad to have you as my new uncle, brother, whatever.
Wait a minute.
Whatever. I don't know what you would be. Uncle, brother.
Okay, I'll be your grandpa. I don't care.
That's not grandpa. No. I did not say grandpa. If anything, we're about the same age. Oh my God. So yeah, Nicole said, remember the little people. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. It really has. I hope you have a wonderful night and keep spreading that positivity and joy. I hope everyone that's listening and watching tonight has had fun, because I've had a blast. I was a little out of it in the beginning. I don't know why. I think it's my brain just has to rest a little bit. Because 2 nights in a row, it's kind of gets a little bit. My brain just goes, okay.
Go get some sleep.
I think I will. But God bless you. Honestly, thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks,
Take
Jerry.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.